Okay, I'm sure you can see that. Okay, the top trace is the gate. That's the pulse going into the gate. The bottom trace, that is the one coming off of the C5 coil going, or C5 capacitor going to the L2 coil. Okay, this here is again the trace coming from the C5 cap, and the top one is coming from the top of the L1 coil. Okay, this right here, I'm running at 4 volts, 0.6 or 0.6 amps, 600 milliamps. Okay, I'm running a parallel capacitor across L3, and I'm running the capacitor is 20 nanofarads, and I also have a 20 nanofarads across half of L2. Now, if I increase the voltage, obviously it all stays in line and I can light the light, but it's not very bright and it's drawing quite a bit of current. And that's what it looks like on that up there. So, like I say, even at 1.2 amps, the bulb is lit, but not really all that good. So, now I can take the coil off, and when I take the coil off, I get this peak that you were seeing before, where the main peak was coming on just before the pulse starts. But it's kind of jumping there, but maybe I should have had down here where it's a little more stable, I guess. But you can pretty well get the idea that there's the first pulse and there's the second one there. That's the big pulse, but when I put the other coil on it, the big pulse just goes away. So, as you can see, now obviously I have the load on it. You can see up there too. But as I put the coil back on top of it, the pulse goes away. Now, I suppose I should tell you the frequency. The frequency, as you can see, is pretty well 48. Now, actually, it should be right around 50. That's actually where it should be. Must have got bumped, because yeah, it works a little better right there. Gets a little brighter. You can't really see how bright it is because of course, it's a sunny day today. But yeah, it's still, even though I'm at the peak of that sine wave, and it's like you're showing right there, when yeah, the other scope doesn't like that too much. It's jumping all over the place, but it's showing the same thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's if you look, I don't know why it's jumping like that. I should look at where it's triggered. Anyhow, yeah, so I guess what it really comes down to is that main peak seems to be just before the gate opens, or closes actually. The voltage goes to the gate and it allows the power. So anyway, you know what I'm saying. So the main thing right here is I'm just showing, I guess, what I'm finding is that I have this peak. It's coming on like you had before, just before the MOSFET switches on. But like I say, when I put the coil on it, well, when I put the coil on it, I kind of lose that spike. So I don't know if that, I think that may have to do with tuning. Now I'll have to get your feedback from it, but because obviously this trace here, the bottom trace, is coming from the top of the I guess the bottom. It's coming off the C5 capacitor. So it's what the L2 coil is seeing. And like I said, I have resonance right here, and able to light the light, which the light is lit. It's very dim, but it's lit. But it seems like we have to, that spike is on the bottom half. It seems to be on the bottom half of that sine wave. So I gotta figure some way of tuning that in reverse or something. Anyhow, cheers.